I'm sure President Trump didn't realize it, but today, in his shrinking of the two designations made by President Obama and President Clinton, he actually created a more important monument, a monument to the way Utah gets things done. The president listened to the combined voices of individual citizens, tribal members, small communities, and elected officials from the county, state, and federal levels. He responded to their calls and drastically reduced the size of both the Bears Ears and the Grand Staircase Escalante national monuments. It's an important moment in Utah history. How did it happen? The Utah model. You see, Utah, more than any other state in the nation, epitomizes the motto which sat on President Ronald Reagan's desk in the Oval Office. It read, "There is no limit to what a man can do or where he can go, as long as he doesn't mind who gets the credit." That is why the Utah model works. As a people, we don't care who gets credit as long as we get to the right results. You see, there is no I in Utah. The changes brought about by the president's actions were truly the culmination of countless and often thankless hours of effort by an army of individuals and groups. Our federal delegation, including Chairman Rob Bishop, Senators Mike Lee and Orrin Hatch, Representatives Mia Love, Chris Stewart, and former Representative Jason Chaffetz, all deserve praise and thanks. Their dedicated staffs in Washington and in Utah did much of the hard work and heavy lifting to drive this decision. Governor Gary Herbert and members of the Utah legislature worked tirelessly to make today a reality. Committee staff in Washington, along with Secretary Ryan Zinke and his entire team at the Department of Interior, should also receive high praise. And the president's desire to make a difference for the hardworking and often forgotten Utahns in our rural communities also played a critical part. Now, if those I just mentioned were the only people who warranted credit, we could stop there. But that would leave out thousands of others who are equally, if not more, deserving of credit. County commissioners, mayors, council members, lands experts, reporters, researchers, and ranchers, farmers, tribal elders, grassroots organizations, school teachers, children, a medicine woman, and many, many more gave their time, talent, effort, and energy to produce these monuments that balance stewardship of the land with the needs and desires of the local people. All of the players who faithfully fulfilled their individual roles in this effort were committed to having the right conversations with the right people in the right way to produce the right results for the state and for our rural communities. There's a reason the symbol for Utah is the beehive. You see, bees aren't obsessed with who gets credit. Bees are not obsessed with who gets in the photo op or who makes the nightly news. Bees are focused on the common goal and the greater good of their community. That symbol contains the very reason Utah continues to lead the nation as the best place to work, live, raise a family, and create a great life. Like the beehive, Utahns appreciate that results are what matter most, and who gets the credit matters least. When each citizen understands they are needed, while recognizing the value and vital role of every other citizen, it produces the nectar of a successful society and the sweet honey of a happy and vibrant community. In Utah, the hive thrives because we're all in this together. There are innumerable examples every day of good Utah citizens who do great things without giving a thought of who might get the credit. Recently, Utah was once again called out as the state with the greatest charitable giving of both money and time in the nation. And I would bet those numbers are actually underreported in Utah because there's a premium here on anonymous giving and secret acts of service. Sadly, Washington is the polar opposite of the Utah model. In D.C., the race to the microphone or television camera is driven by this need to take credit. It is a zany sort of zero-sum game where if one person gets credit for something, even if it's deserved, it is somehow a bad thing for everyone else. Washington could learn a lot from the people of this state. You see, the process of getting to good policy is a team effort that requires humility, civility, and dialogue. No credit checks required. The president's action today is worth celebrating. The way that this reduction in monument size actually came about is worth emulating. Really, there is no I in Utah. This is Boyd Matheson with Sutherland Institute. Thanks for engaging.